So now he was in the hands of the one person he probably should have never met, music, Sean Diddy Combs. As people began looking at old videos, there's this one video nobody can really get over where Justin spends music 48 hours with the disgraced music mogul. Many fans tagged several of Bieber's resurfaced music footage with the disgraced hip-hop mogul as disturbing, particularly in one where he said they can't really disclose where they were hanging out and what they were doing. I have been given custody of him, his sign to Usher, and I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. Diddy said in the music clip, "I don't have legal guardianship of him, Bieber, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me, and we're going to go full crazy." Mind you, Justin was music only 15 years old at the time, and this was not the only scenario. Other resurfaced moments added music to that discomfort. One clip showed Diddy handing Justin a bottle during a birthday celebration while adults around him cheer. Another reference came from Keeping Up with the Kardashians, where Khloe, music Kardashian, casually mentioned attending one of Diddy's parties alongside Justin Bieber. When Diddy was finally caught for his actions, music, and sent to trial, fans demanded an answer. And that's when Justin spoke out about Diddy for the music first time. Although Justin is not among Sean Combs' victims, there are individuals who were genuinely harmed by him. Shifting focus away from this reality detracts music from the justice these victims rightfully deserve. A spokesperson for the singer said in a statement to TMZ, "However, with music, we cannot sit and ignore the trauma Diddy caused him."
You know how horrific we felt the Justin Bieber story within the Diddy sphere was. This young man almost looked like he was given over by his parents, power of attorney, all of this. Touch a little bit about what you know about Bieber, if you don't mind, Barbara.
Okay, well, with Justin Bieber, I met Justin Bieber backstage at the Drake concert. I ended up backstage. My friends are in the music industry, so I said, "Hey guys, let's go get something to drink." So we go backstage. I get something to drink. My friends ended up on the other side of the backstage. I ended up by myself at the bar getting a drink, and then Drake goes, "Hey, it's prayer circle time." So this boy in a beanie grabbed my hand. He goes, "Hey, it's circle time." So I end up in prayer circle time with Drake, holding hands in a circle, and this guy grabs my hand next to me and says, "Okay, we're gonna pray now." So I pray, and we do the little circle. After we finish praying, I look over to my right, and it's this short little guy with the beanie, and he goes, "Oh, you want to go grab that drink?" I said, "Yeah." So we go grab the drink, and I finally figured out it's Justin Bieber. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." So I grab a drink with him, and I said, "I'm here with my friends, and I'm engaged. I'm not interested." And that was my story with him, how I met him. But I saw Justin out at nightclubs in New York. I saw him out in LA, but he was always with like a big group of like guys, girls. When I saw him, he was with Kelly Osbourne, and I think it was like Paris Hilton. It was like that kind of group. It was in Los Angeles. I had a friend that told me when he was in Canada after his show, they were planning to leave Canada to Los Angeles on a private jet, and it was taking off at 7 a.m. in the morning. So her nieces and nephews went to go see Justin Bieber perform the night before, and they got backstage, and Justin goes, "Hey, where are you from?" They go, "We're from LA." He goes, "Oh, are you going back?" And they go, "Yeah, you could just jump on our jet back tomorrow morning. We're leaving at, 6, 7 a.m. So Justin goes, "Fine, I'll meet you there." So they go there. They're running a little bit early. They go show up early, and they get on their plane, and Justin Bieber is there sucking a black man's cock.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
People who have witnessed Justin at Diddy parties and at other weird situations came forward to share their experience. And boy, this is not good. International model Barbara Stoyanov, who has walked the runways of Paris, Milan, and New York, graced major magazine covers, and worked with top fashion brands, was one of them. Let's listen to a bit of her story.
We saw when he was coming up some of these like tantrums that he would throw, but we kind of just thought, he's a kid, so big deal. What we found out from people in his world that we've spoken to, he's still having those tantrums.
No, this is funny to you guys? Get out of here, Get out of here, yo. Get out of here.
In fact, there are people in his world, they call them now mantrums.
Go, get out of here. All you guys want is money. Money, 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 money. Money, money, money. Get out of here, bro. Okay. Get out of here, money.
We have talked to a lot of people now in Justin's world. They have opened up with us about money and other things. And you ask about mental health, and I swear to God, I was on a conference call with some of them. First thing is like, not talking about that. I mean, immediately, they're just shutting it down.
The only reason to do that is because there's something there, clearly.
Well, we've seen it.
Right.
Yeah. We've seen it during the Justice Tour when he was crying on stage.
He posted this long, almost essay. On how he felt unworthy. It is so common for celebrities to achieve success, and especially at a young age, that they're almost fooling people, that they are not as talented as the world thinks they are. They're not as deserving as the world thinks they are. And it messes them up in like a big way.
Following the whole childhood trauma and being connected to Epstein and Diddy, the young boy was then seen crashing out and having random tantrums. Music as he grew up. In one viral clip, Justin snapped after photographers greeted him with, "Good morning." Music, responding by saying they only cared about money and not about people. Another incident that fueled concern was a strange Instagram live session in early 2025. Music. Fans noticed Justin sitting silently, staring closely into the screen, barely music, speaking while music played in the background, and people really started getting concerned about his mental health. There were also years where Justin became known for impulsive online behavior, like posting cryptic captions, deleting Instagram accounts, ranting at fans, or randomly responding emotionally to criticism. Music.
I'm probably gonna have another one, but look at the consistency, and look at how much I'm not doing that compared to how much I'm doing that. And we don't look at that side. We don't look at, man, he just did this same thing, the same show that he did that day, 50 days in a row before that day to get to one day where he had an overreacting moment. And I'm gonna have those days, and I want people to understand that you're gonna probably see some stuff and be like, man, that he's being a jerk. But like, I think we all have the right to sometimes be a jerk, and sometimes it's at the cost of somebody else. But I think that as long as you understand that, like, take ownership of when you're being a jerk and take ownership of when, you know, those things are happening, then people are only going to be like, yeah, he's human. I remember the other day when I was walking across the street and something happened and I freaked out at this person, and they probably didn't deserve that I yelled at them, but like, I was having a bad day. And we all do that, but mine happens to be on a stage and not in a street with there's no one watching.
Right.
Justin addressed this, saying that he's human and that he has bad days. 2. Music. Well, it is true that at the end of the day, people have no idea of what is really going on in his music life.
There was a time where I was sipping lean, I was popping pills, I was doing Molly, shrooms, everything, and it was just an escape from.
Now to our GMA cover story, Justin Bieber revealing his serious struggles with drugs and making bad decisions, saying it's taken him years to bounce back. Now he's thanking the people who helped him recover, and Amy is back with more. Hey, Amy.
Hey, Michael. Yeah, Justin talks about his lightning-fast journey from being a small-town boy to living life in the spotlight, and how he then made, quote, every bad decision you could have thought of.
What do you mean?
This morning, a candid Justin Bieber opening up about his past struggles with fame, drugs, and women. Bieber sharing overnight on Instagram that it's hard to get out of bed in the morning with the right attitude when you are overwhelmed with your life, your past, job, responsibilities, emotions, your family, finances, your relationships. When it feels like there's trouble after trouble after trouble, sometimes it can even get to the point where you don't even want to live anymore. The 25-year-old who skyrocketed to fame when he was just 13, saying, "I went from a boy from a small town to being praised left and right by the world, with millions saying how much they loved me and how great I was." You hear these things and you actually start believing it. Everyone did everything for me, so I never learned the fundamentals of responsibility.
If I was your boyfriend, I'd never let you go.
Bieber was 18 when his song Boyfriend hit the charts.
I got money in my hands that I really like to blow. Swipe.
He says at that age he had no skills in the real world, with millions of dollars and access to whatever I wanted. By 20, I made every bad decision you could have thought of and went from one of the most loved and adored people in the world to the most ridiculed.
He has walked off a stage in England. He was caught vandalizing a neighbor's house in California. Rebellion and growth and missteps and getting and arrests or encounters with the law. Most of us have the luxury of turning 19 or 20 privately and doing things stupidly privately. He didn't have that luxury.
Bieber writing, "I started doing pretty heavy drugs at 19 and abused all of my relationships. I became resentful, disrespectful to women, and angry. I became distant to everyone who loved me. I felt like I could never turn it around."
He was a young guy. He had tremendous fame. He was pigeonholed as a goody two-shoes teen star. And then he grew up. And, I know a lot of 19-year-olds who misbehave. He happened to be Justin Bieber.
The superstar now saying he's in a better place, married to Hailey Baldwin, with years of what he calls terrible decisions and broken relationships behind him. And Justin adding at the end of that post, quote, "When the odds are against you, keep fighting," and saying he is now learning patience, trust, commitment, humility, all of the things he says it takes to be a good man.
Now, amidst all of these music, Justin also fell prey to substances. But Justin Bieber has been unusually open about his past struggles with substance abuse, music, and looking back, many of the darkest moments of his career happened during that period around his late teens and early 20s. Justin was dealing with overwhelming fame, non-stop media pressure, emotional instability, music, and a lifestyle that spiraled out of control very quickly. "I became resentful, disrespectful to women, and angry," he wrote. Music, "I became distant to everyone who loved me. I felt like I could never turn it around." The Canadian music star, who has been candid about his mental health struggles, explained how the constant praise he received in his teens had distorted his perspective on life. "I went from a 13-year-old boy from a small music town to being praised left and right by the world, with millions saying how much music loved me and how great I was." He said, "You hear these things enough as a young boy, and you actually start believing it." However, one of the most alarming revelations came during his 2019 interview with Vogue, where Justin admitted his drug use became so serious that members of his security team would sometimes check his pulse at night to make sure he was still alive. He specifically spoke about abusing Xanax as a way to escape feelings, music, of shame, anxiety, and emotional pain. During this era, the public, music, mostly saw the external behavior without understanding what was happening underneath. We all saw Justin getting arrested, music fighting paparazzi, and behaving recklessly online, and it started developing a reputation for him as a troubled celebrity. But years later, Justin himself explained that a huge part of that behavior came from the fact that he never properly developed emotionally before becoming world famous.
Why does the video end with Justin's younger child self? Why are the teasers? I'm not gonna say it. Why has Justin posted a dozen images of babies on his Instagram with the hashtag yummy?
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry. People take for granted encounter.
Why is this party for rich, middle-class people a secret? Yet the performers are children.
You got that yummy, yummy, yummy.
Big conversation is set around the Yummy music video that was released in 2020. Probably the most notable part of the promotion of the song Yummy was he posted on Instagram a collage of babies and just wrote #Yummy as a caption, which everybody has a strong response to 5 years ago. When the music video was first released, Justin's fans, primarily who believed there was a way deeper message in the video premise they thought was odd. It did not feel like an ode to his wife. And two, there were clips of Justin Bieber breaking down on the set of filming Yummy. He was allegedly having anxiety attacks during the filming of it. He stated that he was, quote, in his head a lot during the filming and was just having an off day. But this music video, there are very interesting elements and aspects. So there are a lot of, quote, Easter eggs to break down in the song, whether it's just creative expression that Justin Bieber had nothing to do with, or he was the one that worked on it. We will not know until he says so. But these are the elements. Right when he enters the party, to his right is a young girl wearing a red bodysuit. Netizens have said this feels very significant. Just keep in mind, this red bodysuit is going to come up again, but there is a young girl who appears to be a minor wearing a red sparkly bodysuit playing the violin. Justin sits down at a table, and netizens have pointed out that everyone nearby is much older than him. They appear middle-aged. The whole party atmosphere shifts when the food gets served, and it's all this unappetizing food. It's really gross-looking food. You know those weird Jell-O cakes with vegetables? Looks like Jell-O mounds with just peas, green peas inside. But everyone at the table is served this disgusting food, and the only thing sitting in front of Justin Bieber now is not the food, it's just a glass of pink liquid. So now people are connecting the drugging that was done at parties, or the alleged drugging. There's a strong presence of green peas in the video. A lot of people think it could either mean P for pedophiles or P for P. Diddy. The music video then switches the lighting from the overhead lighting, if you will, to the black light. So it almost feels like the party is starting. And people think it looks like a white party because everything looked kind of white in black light. Then abruptly, the party is over and it's just Justin and a few people left to clean up the mess or deal with the after effects, is what some netizens say. He's alone at his table now. There is a red sparkly suit draped over the chair next to him, and that was the outfit the young girl in the beginning had likely been wearing. At the end, there is an empty plate. The plate has a picture of younger Justin on there with the word Yummy written underneath. It's a lot. I think that some netizens feel very frustrated because it feels like the victims who have actually, the alleged victims, that have actually filed lawsuits against Diddy. And these lawsuits, many of them are publicly available online.
Amidst all of this, Justin has given us multiple signs, especially through his song Yummy. Music, he has addressed Pizzagate and a lot of the things he encountered at these freak-offs. On January 2nd, 2020, 2 days before the single dropped, Justin posted a photo of the word Yummy written in pizza. Fans who were already suspicious saw that as calculated. Then came the series of photos Justin posted of random babies with the hashtag Yummy. But that was not it. Music. The music video was what raised the most questions. It opens with Justin walking through a kitchen and into an exclusive private party. Music. And this isn't a normal party. The performers are children, and they move through the space in a way that some viewers describe as uncomfortable, almost like they are looking to someone for help. The guests watching them are older, wealthy, and draped in jewelry and expensive clothing. Online, they've been called elites. And when we look at this video, Music, after the Epstein files, things start to make a lot of sense. So, what do you think? Was Justin Bieber really just another troubled music celebrity the internet mocked for years? Or was he a child star who got pulled into an industry far darker music than most people realized? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button so that you never miss out on any new videos. Music, and until then, fam, keep it real.